The comic book industry has just been dying as the years have gone on. They've gotten worse and worse, publishing terrible comics. Marvel, we've seen how the writers treat the fans as well as people that disagree with their politics, calling people ist and phobes. But wait till you see the very person they hired to write Captain America and his thoughts on first responders, because the answer will disgust you. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. The comic book industry has collapsed. It has been dying for years, and we all knew this. You look at Marvel. Marvel has hired a bunch of talentless hacks, for the most part. But what do? They go around on Twitter all the time, they attack people, call them ist and phobes if they don't agree with them, and, push their politics in their face. This is what they've been doing. Now you look at a character like Captain America. Captain America stands as a symbol of hope. A character that is the embodiment of America itself. Now if you were to look at Captain America's character, Captain America would be someone people would look up to, would enjoy. Captain America, if you were wondering, he would also probably say that first responders are, heroes. Well, the person that they currently have writing Captain America, TaNehisi Coates. This man is something else. He has a very toxic worldview. His name is TaNehisi Coates, who called 9/11 responders menaces of nature to speak at West Point. This is something that has disturbed many people, and this is who Marvel hired to write for Captain America. So let's take a look at some of his toxic worldviews. Coates' reputation as a divisive writer stems mostly from his writing on race. They were not human to me, Coates wrote in his book Between the World and Me, about the emergency responders who rushed into the World Trade Center on September 11th, black, white, or whatever. They were menaces of nature. They were the fire, the comet, the storm, which could, with no justification, shatter my body. Now, isn't that just awful? Isn't that terrible? That's what he thinks of the first responders. Marvel knew of this, and you can read more here on what this article talked about. It's crazy. But you know what? We're going to get to the roots. Oh yes, we're not just going to talk about this article. Oh no. We're going to get to the actual book itself. Now, this is not long after he had moved to New York. This was also something that happened to someone recently called Prince Jones. And he had an issue with what happened to Prince Jones. So let's talk about this a little bit, all right? So let's get into this. We arrived 2 months before September 11th, 2001. I suppose everyone who was in New York that day has a story. Here is mine. That evening, I stood on the roof of an apartment building with your mother. Now, in case you're wondering, clarification, this is him talking to his son here. Your aunt, Shauna, and her boyfriend, Jamal. So, we were there on the roof, talking and taking in the sight. Great plumes of smoke covered Manhattan Island. Everyone knew someone who was missing. But, looking upon the ruins of America, my heart was cold. The ruins of America, my heart was cold. Wow. Wow, that's awful. It's terrible. I had disasters all my own. The officer who ended Prince Jones, like all the officers who regard us so warily, was the sword of the American citizenry. I would never consider any American citizen pure. Unbelievable. I was out of sync with the city. I kept thinking about how southern Manhattan had always been ground zero for us. They auctioned our bodies down there in that same devastated and rightly named financial district, and there was once a burial ground for the auctioned there. They built a department store over part of it and then tried to erect a government building over another part. Only a community of right-thinking black people stopped them. I had not formed any of this into a coherent theory, But I did know that BL was not the first man to bring terror to that section of the city. I never forgot that. Neither should you. In the days after, I watched the ridiculous pageantry of flags, the machimo of firemen, and overwrought slogans. Damn it all. Prince James was dead. And hell upon those who tell us to be twice as good and end us no matter. Hell for ancestral fear that put black parents under terror, and hell upon those who shatter the holy vessel. I could not see no difference between the officer who ended Prince Jones and the police who died, or the firefighters who died. They were not human to me, black, white, or whatever. They were the menaces of nature. They were the fire, the comet, the storm which could, with no justification, shatter my body. You see, this is the mindset of that man. Now, isn't that awful? That is one of the worst things I have ever read in my entire life. I mean, I'm not kidding. That is atrocious. And it's all because of things that happened hundreds of years ago. And that he was disgusted with the flags that were going on the street afterward. He was disgusted with the first responders. I mean, isn't that terrible to listen to that? I mean, this is somebody Marvel hired to write Captain America. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. This is the toxic mindset of that man that is now writing Captain America. And if you look at it, those people, those first responders, are some of the bravest people ever. They are heroes to many. But this is who Marvel chose. This is the person that Marvel chose to write for Captain America. It shows you that they don't care about comics. That's not what's important to them. You know, what's important to them is how many agendas they can push. You know, it's not about a quality product. They don't care about that. You know, what's important to them is what agendas they can push, and then that's it. You know, because they go on Twitter all the time, and they talk about the Orange Man all the time, and how much they can't stand him. You know, that's the thing. That's all that's important to them is their politics. You know, C.B. Cebulski sitting over there while comics were just dying. You know, the industry is just collapsing. What is he doing? Sitting over there talking about his favorite foods and trying to save his food joints because he cannot put down the sandwich to try to help save the comic book industry until finally he had to at the last moment whenever it's already collapsed. And, you know, you also look at it. What do? They go onto Twitter. They attack the fans, block the fans. You know, call them istinphobes for not agreeing with them or liking their comics, and then saying that if you don't agree with our politics, then, you know, you can go elsewhere. When you look at Captain America, he's a symbolism of America. You know, that's the point. He is supposed to be the symbolism of America. And then you have someone like this writing for Captain America. Someone that thinks this terribly of America. Writing for Captain America. And, you know, Marvel knew about this. Remember this. Keep this in mind. Marvel knew about this, and they hired this guy. And here's the thing. Stan Lee probably didn't know about this. And, you know, Stan was very vocal about things that he disagreed with. I mean, you know, so there's that. But think about what Stan Lee would think about something like this. Not only that, think about what Captain America would think about this. You know, I mean, it shows you that they don't care about comics. And it's, oh, wow. I mean, this is how far Marvel has fallen as a company. It really proves it. And it shows you how much they even think of their own country. I mean, really, think about it. It tells you how much they value it. I mean, it's awful. It's terrible. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. Absolutely insane. And to think that's who Marvel hired to write for Captain America. That's unbelievable. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you are still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media, spread the word, and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, Be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it'll also keep you up to date when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.